So I'm going to start up another thing. I just remembered I used to do a sort of cooking with Says thing, and I think I've done a couple of videos before, both on Instagram and on YouTube. So what I've decided to do is another cooking with Says. But I'm going to actually make it a playlist thing on my channel. So every time I think of something new that I can show you guys to cook, I will do that. If it's something like literally get it out, freeze, put it in the oven, I'm not going to do that obviously. I'm going to show you the stuff that you can do from scratch. Now today I'm going to show you how to do a really quick and easy spaghetti bolognese. So I will show you basically what it is that I've done so far. So apologies for the weird edit there, but basically I had to do that because I had to switch the camera around basically. So just to take you through what I'm doing so far. So spaghetti bolognese is about as difficult or as easy as you want to make it. This is the really easy way, and I'm not going to lie, I'm doing a bit of a Delia Smith and cheating. I have a ready-made sauce, which, bear with me, just take a peek at my meat for a moment. Okay, so it's a ready-made sauce basically, and this is a chunky vegetable one, so it can already be heated up, but there's a really easy way of doing it. You just get a bit of tomato puree. Sorry if that seemed a little bit weird, my husband just came home. But anyway, so you can do yourself a sauce. It's really, really easy. You just use something like chopped tomatoes and puree and put a few herbs in and stuff like that. But if you're really stretched for time like I am tonight, then you can just basically use a ready-made pasta sauce. But what you would need to do is fry up some mince, which is what I'm doing here. I'm just browning it off now, which is going very, very well indeed. I've chopped up some mushrooms here, which are going to go in with the mince. As soon as I'm happy that most of the pink, well, all of the pink is gone from the mince, you must make sure that it's properly cooked. It's meat after all. I'm going to add the mushrooms. Now they look quite big at the moment, but they cook down enormously in the frying pan. I'm also going to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, because that makes it taste very nice, but I'll be adding that in just a moment as soon as some of this pink is gone. And I've got a pot boiling here for spaghetti. You can get fresh spaghetti or you can get standard dry spaghetti. I just use dry spaghetti. And my little tip for getting it to fit in the pot so it doesn't burn and stick to the edge of the pot is to break it in half before you put it in. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to end up with the same amount of spaghetti, but it still fits in the boiling water nicely, and that's great. So as you can see, that's nicely browned off now. I think I've pretty much got it all. So like I say, I'm just going to add, pardon my finger, a little dash of Worcestershire sauce, because I like this because this kind of makes it a bit spicier and it's just a little bit nicer. So that goes in there like that, and once I've got the mushrooms in, sorry I need two hands for this, let's got the mushrooms in and the spaghetti on, I'll be right back. Sorry, my finger keeps getting in shot, bloody hell. Okay, so as you can see we've got the mushrooms in there now, and as you can see they're looking a little bit smaller already because they're cooking down. Mushrooms cook down incredibly fast, I find. As soon as you add any little bit of heat, they seem to cook down to like nothing, really. Got a bit of spaghetti boiling away in the pot. Well, I say boiling. Once you brought the balls to boiling point and you put the spaghetti in, let it simmer. You don't need to let it simmer for very long, a few minutes really. I mean, it depends. There should be instructions on the packet, but it's certainly no more than 10 minutes. It depends how much you're cooking at any one time, and you can measure it out per person, but different people like different amounts of pasta, so you can pretty much make an educated guess. So at the moment, really, all I'm doing is just cooking off the meat and the mushrooms a little bit more, and pretty soon I'm going to be adding the sauce to this, because these mushrooms are looking pretty good right now. You can actually eat mushrooms raw, which is quite interesting. I never knew that until I was sort of in my early teens and I watched my dad cooking one day, because my dad absolutely loves cooking, and he said basically you can eat raw mushrooms, and you can. They're really tasty, they're really, really nice. Obviously don't, finger in front of the camera again, I'm so sorry, so unprofessional. Now obviously you didn't want to go and eat raw mushrooms straight out the woods or anything like that. In fact, you should never ever go and pick mushrooms that you find out in the woods, and at this time of year in the autumn there are obviously lots of mushrooms about and things like that, but unless you are properly qualified to identify mushrooms, you really shouldn't be going anywhere near them. Some can even cause rashes and things just from touching them, so you really don't want to be going anywhere near them. You can do tours and things like that with a mushroom guide who will show you what mushrooms are safe to pick, but really, if in doubt, just leave it. Just leave them be and let them look really pretty and lovely. Supermarkets have such a wide range of mushrooms nowadays that really you can choose anything you like. So there's like no excuse, really. You know they're safe, you know they've come from a place where they are safe, and they're not just some random mushrooms from somewhere. So these ones are looking pretty good right now. So what I'm going to do is take the pre-made sauce and just plop that in there. Like I say, this is a chunky vegetable one, so this has got bits of tomato and courgette and pepper and all sorts, and onion, lots of lovely herbs, so that's really nice. Now the unfortunate thing about a lot of pre-made sauces is the amount of sugar content. If you make your own sauces, you can generally be more in control of the sugar content of the sauce because you know what's going in it. You can make your own sauces by chopping up your own tomatoes. You can blitz them if you want to. There's all sorts of things you can do. So what I'm doing now basically is just giving this a good stir and just letting the sauce sort of mix in with the meat and stuff like that. I know it looks quite wet at the moment, but it would do. And just heating that through, making it all lovely. I like it all mixed up. Now you could heat the sauce up separately if you wanted to and put it on top. But this is like a minimising the amount of stuff that you need for cooking kind of deal. So there we go, that's all nicely mixed up in there. So I'm just going to let that simmer away for just a little bit now. Now that pasta's pretty much ready to come out, and luckily enough with pasta you can pretty much get it out and leave it for a little while. Don't worry about it going cold. What I do need right now is my colander. Ta-da! Because that, I'm just going to pour the spaghetti into that in just a moment. Turn the heat down on that for a little bit. And yeah, basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the spaghetti and just drain that off so it's good and drained. The annoying thing is there's always spaghetti that gets stuck to the bottom of the pan. So what I'm going to do is come back to you when I'm ready to dish this up, because that's pretty much ready to go. So you'll pretty much want to see the finished thing, pretty much. So as you can see here, this is the finished thing. It's all put together. We like to have a little bit of cheddar cheese on top of ours. A little bit of cheddar cheese. So that's the finished thing. So that's quite quick and easy dinner to make. It takes about 15 minutes really, and that's about it. David, what is your opinion of tonight's dinner?
Tasty.
And that's all you need to know. Sayonara.